Grinch, hello. All right. It's Ra, hello. Sorry, I'm trying to get this set up real quick. What's wrong, Clyde?
Hey, Bubba? Oh, never mind.
What's wrong, hon?
No. I thought he was still in the kitchen.
Do you need me to do something?
I can do it. I just like when about something. So I think so you
I did change my profile picture, yes. Okay, now we want some election results here. Uh, Thank you, Grinch. Vincent, hello. Jim, hello. This is carving of Bob Marley I bought in Jamaica. That's what that is. New approval numbers came out today. Real Clear Politics now has Trump at, yes, 32%. Sorry, I'm watching election coverage while talking to you guys and rolling weed all at the same time. Yeah, Trump's numbers are tanking. 67% in Stafford County. Virginia, we're watching your election results right now. When does John Thune approach Trump and tell him to resign? I don't know that Thune has the balls to. I mean, if anybody in Congress has the balls to, it would be Thune, but I don't know. I don't know that they're going to do it, man. If I knew how to tag my shirt in this goddamn live, I would. But you guys can get. Am I Muslim? Do you think I'm Muslim? Big numbers coming out of Alexandria. Turn the volume up on your phone. If my volume is too low on your end. May God guide me. Still too close to call. Ireland, hello. The Senate's going to be rough, Jim. I could see Thune and a group of moderate Republicans approaching him this summer. Here's the thing, I don't see Trump ever resigning because that would mean he would have to admit he's unfit for office or he did something wrong. %64 of the vote in. May Joe Pesci guide you. I too am hoping for a yes vote in Virginia on this. We'll see. Now all of a sudden Republicans got a problem with states gerrymandering. Donald Trump said that this would be unconstitutional and morally wrong to allow Virginia to redistrict itself now. I can't turn this up because I don't want to get a violation for you guys hearing Kornacki on MSNBC or MS Now in real time. So I'm going to be watching it, but I'm not going to be showing it. Well, of course it was okay to do it in Texas and Florida and try to do it in Indiana, but it's not okay when it's a blue state. And the beautiful part about this particular vote is that Virginia already is leaning blue. It, even without this, it has more Democratic representatives than Republican representatives. If this vote goes yes today, it's going to squeeze out 4 to 5 more seats for the Democrats, which is really going to piss off the Republicans that Trump started this shit. Yeah, there are like 10 different bills to put Trump's name on everything. They want to put his face on Mount Rushmore. They want to put his name on everything in Washington. They want to name shit in New York after him. Yes, the district that Marjorie Taylor Greene was in, Trump won by 37, and her successor only won by 12, which is not boding well for. Hang on, they got another dump votes in here. Do I think Trump's going to go on a pardon spree? If he lives to the end of his term, yeah. If he has a heart attack mid-term, nothing he can do about that. You got a 2-pound toilet trout he can put his name on. Okay. I need some closed captioning here. Love the content. Thank you very much. Well, he's going to be on a coin. Yes, he does want to be on a $100 bill. Fairfax County only has 20% of the vote in. $67% in statewide. And as the mail-in ballots are being counted, the no vote keeps shrinking. We're now a difference of 59,593. Yes, I heard that, USMC. My joint stuffing looks perverted. Looks the same as it does every night. How do you order an autograph book from me? You can't. You can order a book from me, and then you can send it to me with a prepaid postage package to send it back to you, and I'll sign it and send it back to you. I don't possess any of the books, so they don't go through my hands. What's Joe Rogan's latest stunt? You talking about his White House visit? Yeah, every time another batch of votes drops, the no vote drops. Just dropped another batch. They're now just over. Sorry, they're moving the cameras around so I can't see. Okay, 59,295. Excuse me, I gotta grab some cones. Excuse me, Clyde. Yeah, we're watching Virginia election results. Virginia has the special election tonight to determine if they're going to redistrict. And those are the election results that we're watching. Should senior citizens get free fishing licenses in their states? I think fishing licenses should be free for everybody. Cheers, Kevin. Oh, I saw Rudy on the way home, hon. He was behind me in his brand new truck with Vegetable Joe. Huh? Say again?
Did he know it was
Yeah, we were stopped at the stoplight by Crace, getting ready to turn left onto 6.
Yeah.
And he leaned out his driver's door and he goes, "Hey, boss man!" And then he pulled up next to me at Bluff and 6 because we were going to go straight and get Tommy some food. He pulls up and goes, "What are you doing?" I go, "Picking him up from football weightlifting." He goes, "Shit," because he remembers when Tommy was with his little toy wheelbarrow helping him mulch.
Right. Yeah, because he's probably almost intelligent.
Yeah, he goes, "Holy shit, it's been like a decade since I've seen him." I go, "Yep."
Yeah.
Favorite brand of hot sauce? Well, like for the house, we like Cholula. John Gubbins, hello. Diabetics shouldn't really drive. What the fuck does that even mean?
I'll let my sister know.
Take a tour bus? Okay. Oh shit, that the no vote different the difference just dropped from 59,000 to 53.7.
No vote for what?
They're voting to redistrict whether or not they're going to redistrict Virginia. Listen, Frank's Red Hot is good, Cholula is good, Tapatio is good, but they all have their different places. You know what I mean? If we're just doing like Mexican at home, we like Cholula. What skid steer did I like? I always liked Case brand. I didn't like the Caterpillar brands at all. I am watching Steve Kornacki live on MS Now doing the results. He's just there as the results are coming in. So they got the same day vote, but they're doing the mail in vote and the early vote is being counted now. So would I try Tabasco sauce in cake? Probably not. And I love Tabasco sauce. When I went across the street, Renee,
Yeah.
and she got there, the boys climbed out of the car. I went, "How was school, boys?" His oldest one goes, "It's all right." It looked like he was just getting home from a 12-hour shift. The difference has now dropped to 54,159.
So
Or
that's, they don't want to redistrict?
so right now, 51.3% of the vote says no, 48.7% says yes, with 68% of the vote in statewide. But they're counting the mail-in votes and the votes that are still to be counted in the heavily Democratic areas. So the difference keeps shrinking and shrinking and shrinking, like it typically does on election night. What am I rolling? Marijuana. And I ain't rolling anything. I'm packing. Steve Kornacki is great at what he does, which is why I like watching him on election nights. He is just, he really knows the numbers, and not just the numbers from this election. He follows the patterns and the trends from the past several elections, which is why he's able to sit down and go, okay, so, you know, for no to win this, it needs to hit this benchmark. For yes to win this, we need to see this. Yeah, see, Fairfax County is only 29% in, and they're looking at 72% yes. Yeah, okay, yeah, see, another dump just happened. The difference just fell to 40,421. The no vote is shrinking, the yes vote is climbing as the mail in ballots are coming in. Nobody has won anything yet. Love the T-shirt. I sell the T-shirt on my store.
Hold on, let me see if I can't.
T-shirt, hoodie, hats. Litter's done.
Yeah,
All
sure.
right. Yeah, go ahead and get your shower in then, and then you could just chill, homie.
Are you wearing half a day?
What?
Have the. She's talking to me. And we might be able to let you stay up a little bit later since you got a half day tomorrow.
Alright.
You're off of smoke because of the damn pollen.
Okay, in the description of this live, the shirt's tagged.
This shirt is tagged in the description of this live. So go to the description of this live and you'll go to the bottom of it and you'll see. The difference just fell to 39.9 with a new batch, a new dump. Come on, Steve, give me the statewide here. He's still looking at Fairfax County where there's only 29% of the vote in. What are the odds Republicans say it was rigged tomorrow? Who the hell knows? Probably high. How just got on? How's it looking? It's heading our way. It's heading our way. They just released another batch of mail-in ballots, and that dropped the difference down to 21.6. That was 50,000 a few minutes ago. Who was the hottest Golden Girl and why was it Rue McClanahan? You just like Rue McClanahan because she played the slutty Golden Girl. $21,000. God, they are chipping away at it. Chipping away at this. If this vote goes yes today, that's a fucking lock. The Republicans are not winning the House in November. Okay, let's calm down. B. Arthur was not a looker. What's the vote for? Redistricting in Virginia. Redistricting in Virginia is the election results we're looking at. I don't know that there's going to be an outcome between these negotiations as long as Trump's in there. It's fluctuating in the 20s right now. They get a little bit of Republican county vote in, then they get a little bit of Democratic county vote in. Kristen, welcome. Betty White was the funniest Golden Girl. Yeah, she was. They're not hitting, the no votes are not hitting the benchmarks in a lot of counties. Hanover County, they say that it needs to be at 70% no. It's currently running at about 66% no. Am I frozen? No, I'm quite comfortable. Unless you mean I'm frozen on the screen. You're loaded with ground flour. 21,371. No, I do. Somebody else asked if I was frozen. I wasn't asking. I did skull pouches when I was a kid. You just got through watching the Blues Brothers on YouTube. You see, and then you come in here, and it all just kind of melds. What is he saying? Okay, he's talking about the big chunks of votes that we're still waiting on. Please, if you guys could tap the fuck out of the screen. The Bunny Pounds video, yeah. I was dying at that fucking name. I'm like, that if that isn't a fucking porno or stripper name, I don't know what is. But nope, that's her real fucking name, Bunny Pounds. Oh, thank you for the banner. I appreciate that. Yo, Captain Highliner, would you have tolerated Gilligan's stupidity? I don't fucking know. I would have been asking myself why the fuck we moved that far on a boat that wasn't designed to go but more than a few miles out in the ocean to begin with. The math doesn't math. Okay, now the difference is ticked back up to 31. What does the wrestler part matter? What does that mean? I don't understand what you're asking. Do I think Laura Loomer had an affair with Trump? No. I think she wants to. Oh, Lynette, I agree with you. The thought of Donald Trump bumping uglies with Laura Loomer is enough to make anybody projectile vomit. Weird ass question, in your opinion? It's not weird because it was rumored for a long time that they were having an affair. She was flying all over the country with him. Why is he so enthralled with Laura Loomer? Because she's a loyalist. Because all she does is fucking talk about how wonderful he is. And that's what Donnie wants in his life. Am I just hiding a baby face under the beard? There you go, right there. That's me at,
The answer is yes.
what is that, 28?
2008?
No, 28 years old.
Oh.
This was 98, this picture, I think.
Even married. I don't know that we were.
We were living together when we did this. So this was 1998 when we were in our apartment in Roselle. Fairfax County 29% in. Statewide difference 23. It just fell by another 7,000 after that last bump. Push it back up. Caroline Levitt, yeah, she's much younger than you would think. We are friends, somebody says. Okay. Is he getting another dump of votes in? A teen parents. Here's. Okay. One of your goddaughters just moved to Berwyn, Illinois to work at a law firm. Right on. How long has she been there? What are you watching? I am watching election results out of Virginia. The special election was held today in Virginia to determine whether or not the state is going to approve redistricting or not. Right now, there are already more Democratic seats than Republican seats in that state. But in response to Trump's gerrymandering in Texas and Florida and his attempt to gerrymander in Indiana, several blue states put shit on the ballot, and this is Virginia's turn to determine whether to vote whether or not they're going to redistrict. If they redistrict, Democrats gain an additional 5 seats in the House of Representatives heading into the midterms.
Hey,
Yeah.
so it's the 29th, which is a week from tomorrow,
Okay.
and they have a bye in the first round at 4:15.
Okay.
They have rounds at 5:15 and 6:15 with winners from the pool A and pool B
Okay.
playing at 7:15.
Where is it held?
Hopefully,
It's going to be a late night.
I'm already going. What did they get?
Sloppy Joe on a tortilla? Is that your struggle meal or something? Yeah, that's what's happening to the Republicans. They started a redistricting battle that they couldn't win. I kept saying when they were fucking around in Texas, you don't want to start this because we have more people in blue states. We have California, New York, Illinois. We have more people, and they were like, no, we're gonna gain seats in the House of Representatives, and they didn't. They've already lost the overall redistricting battle because what's already happened has resulted in Democrats gaining more seats than Republicans. And this is gonna just put icing on that cake. Your goddaughter's been in Berwyn for 2 weeks. Tell her to check out Berwyn Chicken Company. Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald's.
You're talking like you even know if these places are still
Fitzgerald's is still there, and Berwyn Chicken Company is still there.
I've never even heard of Bourbon Chicken Company.
It's still there.
Shut up.
I am not making shit up. Too bad
I've
Car.
been there and then go there for 20 years and never know of that.
Too bad Carms isn't still open. How old is Pam Bondi? Yep. Trump started another battle he couldn't win. He fucked the Republicans in this one because, he demanded that they start redistricting, and then when the Democrats answered, it broke bad for the Republicans, and now the Republicans are sitting there like, well, wait a minute, we're the ones that got to run for the fucking seats. You already got your job. Pam Bondi's like 60? Jesus. Okay, she does not look 60. What kind of fucking satanic deal did she cut? Without casting aspersions on Clyde, is there a dog breed you would get on purpose that you never owned? Yeah. Yeah, I mean probably not at this point in our lives, but yeah, I've never owned a Neapolitan Mastiff. I would love to own one of those. I've never owned a Great Dane. I would definitely own one of those. We've never owned the one that we were looking at. What's that one? King Cavalier Charles Spaniel? What is it? Tiny little fucking thing.
Yeah.
We had a Saint Bernard at one point in time. We loved our Saint Bernard.
Yeah.
Somebody said she paid to look like that? Question mark. Apparently she did. All right. John, that's one of the few dog breeds that we would never own. And I understand that they've gotten a very bad break, but we would never own one. Um, Probably, I don't think my wife would ever own a Doberman Pinscher.
If I get almost any dog, if I had them from a puppy,
Pit Bull?
I would consider it.
A Rottweiler, maybe. I mean, I don't mind. Like
Kind of a Rottie.
we had Dobermans. My uncle had Dobermans when I was younger, and I loved German Shepherds. I had an aunt that had German Shepherds, and they were great dogs. Um, Statewide, holy shit! There's the big dump. The yes vote just jumped into the lead by 11,000 votes. The no vote had been in the lead all night. This is the mail-in ballot coming in. Yes is ahead now. Fairfax County is 51% in. They're leading the yes vote 71% to 29%. Yeah. Now the tide is turning towards yes vote. We're watching, once again, we're watching election results from Virginia, where they held a special election today to determine whether or not the state was going to redistrict to gain 5 more Democratic seats heading into the midterm. It's already a Democratic state to begin with from a congressional standpoint, but in response to the Republicans attempting to redistrict, Virginia was one of the many states that said, well, then fuck it, we're going to redistrict. And they put it on the ballot for the citizens to decide. Today was the election. That's now jumped up to yes vote is leading by 14,400 votes. Randy is an uneducated bootlicker, somebody said. Randy who? The White House custodians will have a shit ton of ketchup to clean up off the walls. He knew this was going to happen. There was audio, and it has been called. Yes vote wins. Hang on. Did they call it? Yep, they just put the gold check mark in yes. Virginia's going to redistrict. The Democrats just picked up 5 seats. There's no fucking way in hell the Republicans are winning the House in the fall. Donald Trump's economic agenda is going to get stopped in November. Now we got to work on the Senate. Yep, it is officially called. Yes is ahead. 80% of the votes are in, and yes vote is ahead by 14,418 votes. 50.3% to 49.7%. Still closer than I would like to see, but it has officially been called. Virginia gets to redistrict before the midterms and add 5 more Democratic leaning seats. Donald Trump picked a fight he couldn't win again. And he fucked the entire Republican Party in the process. They are going to lose the majority. Watch for more Republicans to announce their retirement before the midterm now. Let's hope Trump doesn't try to run for a 3rd term. He can't. So he can do whatever the fuck he wants, but he can't. He can't do that. Yeah. Trump. I'll be right back. I gotta use the bathroom. I keep saying it to Tommy because if I kept saying it to Lily, she would have just made him. Okay, so something else that this means. It was already looking heavily likely that the Democrats were going to win the House of Representatives. This is going to damn near lock this thing up with 5 additional seats. If the Democrats do take the House of Representatives because of this, what this is most likely also going to result in is, not that it matters, but Trump will be impeached again. That's what the House of Representatives does. It impeaches presidents. So the Senate can vote to convict and then remove, but they won't. But he'll become the only president to be impeached 3 times. No, I just needed to pee. I didn't need to go take a shite or nothing. Oh, you have no worries about Hawaii going Republican anytime soon. A Democrat is ahead in the Alaska race by 5 points. And Alaska only has 1 congressional seat because of its population. Here's the deal. The world is tired of fascism. That's why you saw Viktor Orban lose in hungry after 16 years in power. That's why you're seeing the liberals win in Canada and all across Europe, and what you're seeing in special election after special election since Trump won office again. They're done with it. They're just fucking done with it. People are pissed off. You're not going to be able to strip his power until he's out of power. California should have more representation as far as um, the Senate goes, but here's the deal: it's not going to get it. 20 years, voted out, voted in again. Gotcha. He was 16 straight years. My apologies. Am I back now? Okay. Yeah, that got funky there for a minute. Ooh, not a lot of people getting tonight's quiz right either. So tonight's quiz was, which country has the most pyramids? Egypt,
Get that one wrong too.
Egypt, Sudan, Mexico, or Uganda? Okay, everybody's answering in here. It's Sudan. Sudan has the most pyramids in the world with over 200 to 255 known, compared to Egypt's roughly 118 to 138. Sudan has the most pyramids ever. And yesterday's quiz was, what was the first ever toy to be advertised on television? Barbie, Domino's, Polly Pocket, or Mr. Potato Head? We did win Virginia. We were just watching the results here a little bit ago. The yes vote in Virginia passed. Virginia is going to get to redistrict, and we gained 5 Democratic seats as a result. The answer to that question was Mr. Potato Head. April 30th, 1952, Mr. Potato Head became the first toy ever advertised on television. Now, it's important to understand about this vote for the redistricting in Virginia. So, Virginia is redistricted in a nonpartisan way, I believe, through a committee, not through the party that wins power in the state house. And what Virginia did tonight is say, we're going to change that and allow the party in power to redistrict, but only for X number of years, and then it reverts back to the nonpartisan commission to draw the district maps, and they'll redraw the maps back the way they were. This is strictly in response to Trump's attack on the balance of power in Congress by demanding that Texas, Florida, and Indiana redistrict mid-decade. Is it 2030 that it reverts back? See, and that's just a few years away, which is fucked up to think about. What class is Tommy?
He's gonna graduate 26 and then 30.
Yeah, 2030. Fucking, we're gonna be in the 30s here in just a few years. The shit. The redistricting amendment in Virginia did pass. It wasn't really an amendment, but it did pass. I didn't see which fries you guys like the most. 45%, with 13,000 votes in, 45% of you said that you like McDonald's fries the most. Arby's curly fries comes in second with 29%, and Chick-fil-A waffle fries and Burger King onion rings tie at 13% apiece.
Because they're gross.
And the Gen X toy that everybody likes so far with 7,400 votes cast is the Rubik's Cube, with Connect 4 coming in second, Simon Says coming in third, and the Magic 8 Ball bringing up the ass end. I would have picked curly fries as well, Lynette. Listen, Donald Trump is sitting at 32% overall favorability. He's going to lose the House of Representatives. If he keeps fucking around, he's going to lose the Senate. This is all brought on by the shit he does. Oh, hell yeah, I remember Light Bright.
We just bought one last year,
For,
2 years ago. Ashley, remember we bought her all that stuff from like
yep. She never got to have?
yeah.
They need to issue a $34 bill with Trump's face on it for his 34 felonies. Yes, Melania is officially the least popular First Lady. He is one of the least popular presidents. Nobody trusts this administration. And I did a video today talking about how Canada, the Prime Minister of Canada has now said that Canada's long-standing economic ties to the United States are now seen as a weakness that needs to be corrected. They've cut major trade deals with China and various countries in the European Union, and Canada is leading the way to form a pact between smaller, mid-sized nations to sort of create a new NATO to protect smaller nations against superpowers like us. I did see Melania's explanation of Jeffrey Epstein, and it doesn't explain all of the pictures of her at parties with him. Virginia passed the amendment. They are going to redistrict, Watchdog. I know you said you just got in here. You don't know what's been going on. Virginia voted yes on redistricting. The Democrats are going to gain 5 more seats heading into the midterms. You voted yes, right on. That's extraordinarily good for Democrats, Watchdog. The Democrats were already looking very solid for taking the House of Representatives, and they just gained 5 more seats on top of that. If somebody asked me to bet right now, and we've got a whole summer to go, and we've got debates to go and all of that shit, but if somebody asked me to bet right now, I'd say you're probably looking at anywhere from a 10 to 25 seat margin for Democrats in the House. Which is not the wave that anybody is looking for. A wave is 35, 40, 45 seats. I don't think you're going to see a big blue wave, but you're going to see a solid enough majority that the Democratic Speaker of the House, which would probably end up being Hakeem Jeffries, could afford to lose 10 votes and still get something passed. The Senate's a much bigger if. Harder hill to climb. Preferred traveling method prior to driving. Walking. I walked everywhere prior to driving. Do I live on a cul-de-sac? No. There's a cul-de-sac behind me, So the houses that bu- back up to, I almost was trying to say butt up against us, but back up against us, they're in a cul-de-sac. We're just on a regular street. Hardee's has the greatest biscuits and gravy. I knew a shit ton of people in high school in Indiana that ate the fuck out of Hardee's biscuits and gravy. I can't stand biscuits and gravy, so I couldn't tell you what it tastes like. No, it's not a colder sack. It's a cul-de-sac. Deep fried zucchini from Hardee's? What? No, I did not know that Necco wafers have been manufactured for that long. Yes, the Virginia Democrats passed redistricting tonight. Virginia gets to redistrict before the midterms. They asked if my sack was cold. That's what it really was. Well, it's never been really that cold, I guess. Courage, what does that mean? Which means absolutely nothing, if you don't mind me asking. Did another video come over or no?
I haven't gone back to it.
Oh, okay.
I'm still working on it.
Let me see here. You stood in line for an hour to vote today in Virginia? I mean, I guess that's not horrible, but that's still too long, in my opinion, for somebody to have to stand in line to cast a ballot. I saw people stand, I guess, reports about people standing in line for like 9 and 10 hours in some of those elections where Obama was elected. There were that many people. I mean, that's a good sign. Did you get any hail today by your mom's?
No, just a little bit right.
We had ever so briefly a little bit of hail. Yes, Virginia passed. What is this? Okay, I don't know that the Democrats are going to gain control of the Senate. You know, it is what it is. Listen, by the time it's all said and done with, Donald Trump will probably have, in my opinion, 5 of the 9 Supreme Court justices will be Trump picks. Yes, Courtney, it did pass in Virginia. Virginia passed redistricting. Your primary is May 5th. You're a poll worker. It barely passed. Yes, it did, but it did pass. Virginia is blue. Virginia's been blue, more blue than red historically. And there are already, before this redistricting happens, more Democratic members of the House of Representatives than there are Republican members. It is a blue state. This is going to give them even more blue seats. Thank you, '09. I appreciate the kind words.
Okay, gag.
In Quebec, you're guaranteed 4 hours to vote. I believe Virginia is a donor state. I believe. I'd have to look it up again. The old joke about one person changing a light bulb and 4 more standing around talking about how good the old one was still stands, says Bubbles. I'm right, you're wrong, says I'm stoned. All right. Well, here's the deal. You already have enough votes to release the Epstein files. The bill was already passed to release the Epstein files. Trump's the one that signed it into fucking law. It was passed unanimously through Congress. Doesn't matter who controls Congress. If the DOJ won't release the files, you can't get them out of them. So the files aren't going to be released until Republicans no longer control the White House, which means they no longer have their people running the Department of Justice. You're not going to see the Epstein files until we have a Democratic president. You're sorry that you cursed? Well, Jesus fucking Christ. You don't have to apologize for that. Yeah, Virginia is mostly purple, but recently it has gone blue. I guess my point being is it's not a red state. You hate what, Suzanne? Virginia is what I call soft blue. Yes. Blue state most time, but this should. Yes, exactly. Why is Virginia turning blue and West Virginia remains red? Because West Virginia is West Virginia, man. West Virginia's idea of a Democrat is Joe Manchin, the Democratic senator, former Democratic senator from West Virginia. That's what they think is a Democrat. Oh, you're in Tennessee? Yeah, you're red. Or your state is. Oh, Dinky is Trump? Okay, got it.
All right,
I am done.
you're good.
Thank you very much. Guys, I'm going to go put my feet up. I'm going to go put my feet up and smoke this doob and chill. Because I got a day off tomorrow. Sort of. We got a lot of running around to
I
do.
don't know who gave you a fucking day off.
I gave myself a day off.
Well, you got that.
Whose name's on the fucking door? Technically, it's hers.
It's mine.
She owns the house.
No, you're on the deed.
But yeah, technically you own the door.
No,
But whose
I
name?
own the fucking mortgage.
Whose name is on the? See, that's the key to it, boys.
Oh my God! Stop that.
That's the key to it. Are you wearing my hoodie or is that yours?
It's mine. I got my own shit. It's my.
Like
what
the
is
shirt
that?
you stole?
Fred, sorry. Talk to the people that wanted you.
Oh, we're gonna do that?
No, I'm gonna feed them.
I help pay her bills.
Yes, he does.
Shit. No, that wasn't Frank meowing. That was Fred. It's 8 o'clock. It's 8:09. They eat at 8 o'clock. Fred starts meowing for food about 6:10, 6:12. And because it's 8:09, he's wasting away to nothing. So, congratulations, Virginia. The Democrats gained 5 more seats heading into the midterms. we're slamming the door shut on Trump's economic agenda since the House of Representatives is who controls the purse strings. So, yeah. Is Fred also the size of a Soviet dump truck? No.
No, he's the thinnest cat we got.
He's tiny little thing. He's got a lot of fur because he's a long haired, but he's a tiny little thing. All right. Go watch all the videos, please. Thank you very much. Buy 10 shirts and 3 copies of each one of my books.